And from that one platform, we serve everyone. So we have tools for analysts, we have reporting for the executives, and we have tools for the data scientists and engineers who want to come in and build AI on top of the system. Now, we built all of this. I promise not to make this a super engineering talk, so I'll quickly gloss over this. All of this was built because of the productivity advances we could get out of AI. When we started the system, it was me working alone on trying to create the system. We looked at vendors who could come in and for 7 figures a year give us 80% of the solution, and that last 20% is kind of the promise that they had. We don't have it now. We'll have it in 2 years' time. We may or may not charge you for it. Then we looked at it and said, okay, well, if we build this ourselves, could we not go and find 80% somewhere else? And the answer is yes, you can. You can find open source software. It's not perfect. It does need a little bit of work. But if I can get open source software for free, or I can pay a vendor 7 figures a year for 80%, and they both give me the same thing, because we're thinking of AI as an augmentation technology, it behooves us then to say, well, let's go and get 2 or 3 people at our company who can get good at that, use their data science skills, and actually build that platform. And that's what we did. Now, this sounds wonderful. I've spent a lot of time on this one slide. Show me the numbers. What did we actually learn out of this? Where does this 99% discount come from? I'll start here on the top left. That whole architecture diagram you see over there, from this diagram until we had the first prototype demo was 2 weeks with 1 developer working on it. We managed to do this in a global company because of AI tooling. So AI coding tools, you've heard about Claude, Gemini. We didn't vibe code the thing to start with. We said, well, let's take an open source code base. We'll use AI to train the people on the code base. And then we'll use AI to understand that code base, how we expand it. So within 2 weeks, we had our first prototype to build that last 20%, which is something our vendors couldn't deliver. Within 2 months, we had our first full user onboarded in the company. And within about 5 months, if I recall, we were servicing 120 different people all over the business using this software every day across 20 million records. Those records average sub-second query speed. So very quick data that we're accessing very quickly, and we're doing it without changing any of the underlying processes. We never once switched off a piece of software. We never once went in and said, stop using this, use this. We had 0 change management. This was me working remotely with AI that said, here's a new way to do things. And people naturally shifted over. Now, the last point here is the 99% discount. When we were done, when we delivered the first version, I would say in September is roughly when we went live with the first full version. We looked at the next best vendor that we were quoted, that they had a solution. That was the 80% solution, didn't have everything. Our total infrastructure cost to service 20 million records every month that we query in real time across engineers, analysts, and executives for that entire platform came out to be 0.3% what the next best vendor was capable of quoting us. So it wasn't just a slight cost savings, it was a rather substantial cost savings.